Kelly here, how are you? I was just down at Rincon, catching a few waves, and I'm just running through my new Quiver for Australia. This is the first board I rode today. This is a flyer, otherwise known as the whip. One that worked good for me on the Gold Coast. I won bells on the Gold Coast the other year on one of these. This one's actually epoxy. You can see with the light there, it's got a double concave deck, so my foot just kind of sinks right down in there. So I'm trying to kind of work that into my boards. That's a 5.9 and it felt great. The second board I rode today, this is something, I don't know what it's called. It's a 5.6 and it's just this quad or thruster option. It's got like a double barrel concave, but this one we really dug the deck out. It's a really sunken in concave deck. Just trying to see what that feels like with the foot really sunk down in there. It didn't quite keep the stiffness, and it felt like the rocker was bending too much and pushing. So, you know, it's just something we're trying. I have another one similar to it. Feels really good. Didn't feel amazing, but you know, we're getting somewhere with it. The next board I rode today, this is just my typical squash tail, but this one's a little different. We're putting a little flex in the tails. We kind of chopped the string out of there, so it flexes a little bit, but it's probably about a 5.10 squash tail. V, a little bit of V out the back. To be honest, this one didn't feel great either, but you know, they were kind of weird little waves. And I'm used to riding these wider boards lately, smaller, wider boards. Then I jumped on this board, which is Dane's dumpster diver. So it's just like a kind of flat rocker, and there's a lot of concave in it, and it's got, you know, a little bit of a wide tail. It's only about 5.6, and I don't know, over 19 inches wide. But it's a fun little board, rides right in the pocket, and this one's also epoxy. I would say the first board I rode was the best, and this board was a sort of number 2 behind it, and then the other ones were kind of trailing somewhere behind. I also have a couple other boards here that I typically ride. This is my wizard sleeve with a pointy nose. This is actually the board that I rode at Todos Santos. So I might take this one down and try it out down in Australia. And I got a couple other things here. I'm working on a few different things and plan on having them down in Australia with me to test out. But I definitely jumped on one board today that felt amazing, and pretty excited to ride that snapper. I almost forgot, we've got the infamous channel bottom. This thing's a trip. Really out there, but I rode it the other day, and I should have ridden it at Rincon today. I kind of blew it. I should have ridden it, but I rode it the other day at a punchy beach break, and it felt pretty cool. You can see there's like this hole in the top, and it feeds air down into this channel, and it's real fast. So that's the idea, is to be really fast. But I didn't surf it enough to know if it's really great or what it does great, but I don't know. If I can fit it in a bag, I might take it down to Oz. Otherwise, I'll get to it when I get back. But kind of a cool idea, something different.